don't spend years trying to subpoena a reporter because they don't like bad press. It's not exactly how stuff works. It's generally because they think they have information that they want. Tonight, we're going to read court filings and dig a little bit deeper into what Parkers wanted or think Mandy Matney knew. So, FYI, I live in the Low Country. Parkers is not just another corporation. It's not just another corporation that people talk about when you see legal filings. This is a company that I drive by multiple times a day. This is a gas station that I use on a regular basis. So to me, this is a little more personal. And that's not to say I'm on Parker's side. That's not to say I'm on Mandy Matney's side. However, in scratching the surface of what I thought was just a reporter fined or sanctioned for a lot of money, started to be this rabbit hole that I just could not get myself out of. And excuse me, my hair is still wet. Welcome to the absolute busiest week of my life, between doctor's appointments, the little's birthday, figuring everything out, work, and my boss being on vacation this week. And he looks like he's having an amazing time. Having to work more, doing open houses, stuff like that. One of my best friend's birthday is also this week. Life and school starts next week. Life is crazy. So please bear with me if I look a little frazzled. I have no makeup on except for some lip gloss and some mascara, so it looks like I have eyes. Y'all, we are in a hot mess express, and join me. I did send our friend Spawn Trooper a link. However, I guess he's too busy celebrating that 1K subscribers to hang out with little people like me. However, if this is something that you are interested in hearing more about, check out Stream 1 where we did an overview of how I fell down this freaking rabbit hole. I have a whole Murdaugh playlist and I've added to this because this is Murdaugh adjacent. This is not exactly Murdaugh himself. However, this is involving his son and the boating accident and the fallout thereafter. However, as always, we are going to discuss documents. So, how we do evidence here. Primary documents first, court filings, signed court orders, hearing, depositions, official. I try to independently verify everything. If I cannot verify something, I will let you know. Shut it. Well, I sent you a link and your ass still ain't here, so bleh. But thanks for being in chat. Would you like me to send you the link again? Hello. Hey, unmute yourself, sir.
It would be a good idea to unmute myself and unmute.
Well, yeah, that generally helps.
Well, sorry, what were you saying about 1,000 subscribers? Listen, hello. I am still trying to get over that, and it's driving me absolutely insane because, you know, besides people being annoying. Hi, everybody, by the way. Right? It's like, look, it's all good for you.
It's funny.
Right? But I just need to thank everybody. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people out there who are genuinely nice people. But just before we start, I am going to be doing a members only, and I'm going to be ripping band-aids off people's legs and mouths and stuff. Hello, little girl.
Mommy, help me watch you.
You give your little spiel, and I'm gonna go get her a snack because she's been a good girl today.
Okay.
So she gets a. It's not just a snack; it's a treat.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Mama.
Yes. Yana's in the chat. Yes.
It's not.
Hi. Right. Anyway, so first, right. Well, I just came in when I heard what she was saying. Yes, vengeance will be mine. And like had a fantastic stream yesterday, which was half and half, speaking about where the money went and everything else. And then played a little bit of a game. But one thing I find it strange about this case is that like there's always a surprise in this one, and it's a little bit better than dealing with the idiots that we have been dealing with over the last 2.5 years. But hello, everyone. Hi, Heidel, Mama Squid, Gale, Snipe. Yeah, even you, Jeffrey. Yeah. Belusha. Hi, Belusha. Yes. Yeah, so what was I going to say? Yeah. And here we are. And yeah, hello. And thank you, everybody who, if you're not, if you did, yeah. That was a surprise. I'll be honest with you. I did not expect what happened the other day, and I'm quite taken back by it. So thank you very much, everybody. While she's away, I'll plug my own stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Nice try. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'll be honest with you. I'm still trying to get over the fact because when I was out and when I came back, it was I swear to God, I thought something really bad happened. Because my whole Facebook was lit up, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, and then obviously, yeah, saw it. Oh, you're gonna chew on mic, are you? No, but this one here, it's this is way better than the actual the case about freaking lizard ladies and freaking chump bumpers, like like freaking because with this one, I am very happy to go down these rabbit holes because like you've dragged me into something I don't know anything about. But
I'm good at that.
One thing I will say, and I said that to you yesterday whilst we were talking privately, laughing about our discourse in my stream, which was hilarious, by the way, was that I know that you're going to say it, horse before cart, whatever, but I still, and I'm sticking to my guns on this one, regardless of what you say, I personally believe someone in that courthouse gave them confidential information.
Yeah, and we have, and honestly, I'm still digging for information. I'm still falling down the rabbit hole because there's things that we have to establish. And that actually brings up a really good point. There are certain things that we have to establish and a timeline that we have to establish and what they're actually looking for before we jump down the rabbit hole of we alluded to the confidential information that was brought up by the family and sent to the family. However, it's one of those things where we have some things to establish before then, and we're going to try to keep it short and as informative but interesting as possible. So quick recap from part one. Part one was kind of extensive, and this is not going to be as nearly as extensive as that first part. So,
but before you do, can you go and check what I just sent you privately, please?
Oh boy.
This was my gift to Belusha.
Oh yes. This I have to show this. Before we start on this. I do have to show. Oh, and I have to put Spawn back on screen because he's tiny. Wait, and what? We have to.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just so you know, today, I received my 6-pack. No, my 8-pack. My 6-pack's on my stomach. My 8-pack of cream soda Dr. Pepper. Yay! That's important. To say.
Okay. So, this is what Spawn made for Volusia, and I will get into an overview as to why. However, if you watched Mo in the Deep End this morning, you saw that a certain person, Florida had unalived 2 people in one day, state-sanctioned unalivings. However, this was the former cop that was unalived by the state, who claimed his innocence until he was injected with something that stopped his heart. Anyway, however, if you saw this on Mo, she read the story about it and the 2 unalivings by the state. I happen to know someone who has been, I dare say with the word obsessed with this case for 40 years. And when I say obsessed, when this person passed away, I'm pretty sure that the person in chat was jumping up and down and toasting.
Well, not really jumping up and down. He probably got a couple of his nurses to pick up his bed up and down a bit, couple like that. Sorry.
You're an ass.
I know.
You're an ass. However, I have his appeal documents.
Yep.
So we will be reading through the crime as gently as we can put it from someone who, I was informed about this from someone who investigated it, let's put it that way, from a not reporter side, from someone who was law enforcement at the time.
And can I just add something before you carry on?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, and anyone who's watching replay right now, the information and the mugshot and everything else is publicly available, and it is on the interwebs. In fact, this subject of termination is actually in Wikipedia. There's a whole history about this termination. So just so you know, if you think, oh no, what you're doing, showing his face, no, it is public information. So don't fret, don't panic, and you're welcome.
He has been convicted, went through all his appeals.
Yep.
And he lost, and he was state sanctioned. Yeah. And that might be a Rumble only stream.
I think that would be a good idea for
my first Rumble only stream. Yes, that is Nana. Yes, Nana is in the chat. However, I still have to talk to the person and get their permission to say what I have been told that might not be in documents. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. I have to get permission before I, However, this is a good freaking day. So he outed himself. So
wait a minute. When I get a message like that, I have to respond immediately.
Uh-oh.
1 second.
But I have his appeal documents. I was sent his appeal documents. We will go over his appeal documents, probably on Rumble only, because I will probably say some stuff.
Yeah, no problem, mate. I can do that.
Will not be appropriate for YouTube's. However, he's been handled by law enforcement and the Department of Justice. So there's that. All right, getting back to the actual reason why we're here.
Oh, can I just say so before we do, please? Well, I'm going to say it anyway. You should know me by now, people. I am going to try and contact a mate of mine. That was him. And basically, I'm going to try and get that what I just made, that termination. Hello, sweetheart. 1 second, my darling. One thing I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get it in figure 11 and figure 12 targets. So basically, you can put it down range at up to 600 meters, up to 900 meters, up to 1,000 meters, and you'll have like figure 11 and figure 12 targets. Or I'll just merge it. So certain people have something to enjoy. Anyone who does that deserves to be really on down.
Okay, getting to the actual point of why we're here.
Sorry.
Now that we've gotten the
Yes.
the fun stuff. But if you saw that, we will be going through those appeal documents probably either Saturday or next week. Tomorrow is an ETM stream, probably an ask me anything. It will be earlier in the day because I have some school stuff to get done. And then Friday, we will be recapping the documents that dropped in the Orange County Flipsy case, as well as the hearing from yesterday or for tomorrow. We will be recapping the events of tomorrow's hearing on Friday. With that being said, this is my commentary / investigative, but I do not claim to be a reporter. I don't want to be called a reporter. I am just a curious person, and I am just a curious person who fell down a rabbit hole and forgot to bring my climbing gear and decided to yank Spawn Trooper with me.
Wait, what? I've got a question for you. Is it true that you're short?
Yes.
Good. Hello, sweetheart. You're going to be a good girl.
All right. Primary sources, all of these documents are their court filings, signed court orders, transcripts, or official exhibits. I will use multiple sources for the same thing when possible, and original documents over summaries. You will not see me use any articles written about this because those are secondary sources unless absolutely necessary, because I cannot find anything else. I'm going to put you down. So what I will avoid is rumors, screenshots without authenticity, social media speculation, because I hate that crap, and opinion that is presented as fact. Everything that I give you that is presented as opinion is my opinion and my opinion alone, not Spawn's, not any of my chats. Generally, chat and I don't always agree, and that's fine.
Like we did the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we didn't disagree. Fine. We just spoke past each other like we usually bloody do. It's a language barrier.
Cultural thing.
What?
It's a cultural thing.
Don't you? Hey, listen, American.
It is.
No,
British culture, Welsh culture, versus American culture.
Language.
It's a cultural
thing. It's a language.
Which is cultural.
No, cultural is different.
Which is cultural because it's still English.
We both speak English. Look, you see what I mean, people?
It is cultural.
Just can't get the last. I can't never ever get
the language you speak is if it's English, it's cultural because
I speak it correctly.
You really want to go there because I will be nice. I will. Yes, Nana's in the chat. Stop. Yes, she's in the chat. She's going to stay in the chat. You saying it 1,000 times is not going to change it. You're fine. I'm going to put you down if you keep running amok. You have your stuff right there.
No.
Yes. You would like to stay on my lap?
No.
You got to be sweet and quiet.
It's all right, people. We do this all the bloody time.
Yeah. So, this is the actual complaint. So, we're not going through the whole thing. We are just simply recapping what is the Mallory Beach wrongful death lawsuit and how Parker's even became a defendant in any lawsuit related to Alex Murdaugh in the first place. So there was the boat crash, the infamous boat crash that if you watched the trial, you heard about. So there's that. So Mark Tinsley is the lawyer for the plaintiffs, which is the estate of Mallory Beach and her parents. And she was the 19-year-old that perished in the boat accident.
Mama,
so Yes, yes. Yes, please. I would greatly appreciate it if you would be quiet. Thank you. She gets so excited about things, and I love that she gets excited, but she gets excited at the wrong times. So, defendant Parkers. Selling alcohol beverages to a patron they knew or should have known was under the age of 21. Failing to adequately train, supervise, or monitor employees, and hiring employees who were insufficiently trained. Failing to implement policies and standards regarding the responsible sale and service of alcoholic beverages, or if so implemented, and failing to ensure the policies were followed. Failing to follow generally accepted standards of care applicable to the sale and service of alcoholic beverages to members of the public. And failing to use the degree of care and caution that reasonably and prudent person would have exercised under the same or similar circumstances. The fact that the two brothers were years apart and didn't look anything alike. I mean, they looked alike, but they were not twins. So, yes.
I want to see. I want to test. Oh.
Okay. All right.
Could you just slightly make that a little bit bigger, please?
Mommy, I want to try.
Thank you. Thank you. Not too big. I mean, like... No.
That's what she said.
That's my line.
Not anymore. Actually, it's never been your line. I've been using that line since 2012.
Yeah, I've been using that line since 1992. Thank you very much.
Well, I was 7, so you old.
Listen, look, just carry on. Carry on.
Somebody told me something today, and I was like, I was 1. And they were like, well, thanks for calling me old. I'm like...
Well, you do that anyway.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
I meant to.
Yeah. See, I didn't mean to.
I meant to.
There you go. So this is Parker's. Basically, they were being sued for selling Paul the alcohol that he used or he drank while under the influence or while driving this boat. He was drunk. He drove this boat. You know, no ancient. I don't ever out you when we have a conversation. You out yourself. I always say I was talking to someone. I never out people that I talk to and have conversations. They out themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even when I have a conversation with you, Spawn, and I say about, you know, I had a conversation with someone and then you come back and like, when we were talking about, like, I wasn't naming names, but okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, yeah, it's. I mean, you cannot have a conversation with you without me knowing within seconds who it's about, or who.
Well, I didn't. Well, yeah, but
that's why I didn't say anything now because I wanted you.
He outed himself, and yeah, but chat didn't know who I was talking about.
Well, no, but like I did straight away. The moment you said that, I knew straight away who you were talking about.
Well, yeah, but that's you. That's not chat. Like, hey, Silver Fox, how are you? Lurker check-in. Don't worry about that.
Here's another thing that I can't understand. Right, all this alcohol drinking, was it based on them having was it just a normal party? Was there a birthday or what happened prior to?
I think it was. I want to say it was just a party, or it was like a graduation or something.
Right, so they got drunk at the location, not before.
They got drunk at They got drunk at a location at the Woods' house, and then tried to go to a bar and also drink. So the bar got sued too.
Right. So this is why I'm asking, because like the thing is, if they got drunk at one place, tried to go to another place, drank there, and then went back, who was driving them?
Paul. That's the boat. The place they were going is coastal. They were in coastal South Carolina.
Yeah.
So they were using the boat.
Right. Okay. Now you've cleared it up for me. Now I'm back on. I'm back now.
That's the boating accident. Is all of this was Beaufort area, Hilton Head. I would say Hilton Head. Go get the door.
Right. Because the reason I'm asking. The reason I'm asking this question is because if they went to multiple different places and were already under the influence of alcohol, maybe I'm doing a cart and a fucking horse again, but because they were, why did no one point it out and then call the police?
That's why everybody's being sued. So, You have the boat crash, the civil lawsuit. We get to discovery. So discovery is where the facts come out. That's where you get the investigation, text messages, depositions, all of the fun stuff. It's where all the skeletons come out of the closet. And this is where Mandy's subpoena comes in. So why Mandy? Still doesn't make any sense. I know you're here. I can hear you. Papa Squid fails to realize that he is loud and his voice is booming, and I can hear him 3 rooms over. Like,
you're not telling me.
He texted me and said he was on his way. My doorbell rings. I tell the little to go open it. She opens it. I hear his voice. I know he's here. I can put 2 and 2 together. Like, I'm 40 years old. It's not my first rodeo, you know? I checked the cameras to make sure it's him before I had her open the door. Like, I got this.
Hello, darling. Welcome.
He didn't respond to me. So she tries to stop this motion or this subpoena, and it's an amended subpoena. So we have a motion to quash. And I just have to go through and make sure that I redacted everything I needed to redact in here.
Yeah, just double check it again.
Because I do not need my streams to get, you know, I just don't need to get my, have my streams get demonetized.
Yeah, just double check it every time. Like from now on, that's what I'm going to remind you. I'm going to remind you every time to double check it before you put it up.
Yeah, because it's not like I'm, trying to get rich doing this, but I would like to not have to get a true,
It's okay. I still can't get over the fact that I've gone past that. Jesus.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to get rich, but at the same time, I would like the little bit of change that I am making.
You want to keep everything. You want to keep everything legal, and you want to make sure that you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
And like, I'm also not trying to piss people off. And it's one of those situations where like, I'm just not trying to I'm trying to investigate it and wonder why decisions were made that were made, not trying to be like, this person sucks, this person's wrong, I just want to know the why, because that's what I always do. Things get
when I turn around to you and I tell you, when we talk about cases like this, or we're talking about something like this, when I tell you that, like, my gut's telling me something.
Yeah.
Well, I've been getting it. I mean, because you dragged me into this, so the blame's on you on that one. But ever since we've started doing this, I'm getting a vibe. I'm getting something, but I can't put my finger on it. There's something.
That's indigestion.
No. I've got a quite good system. No, there's something about this case there's something wrong. Something's not adding up.
For some reason, okay, I have to be extra careful with this one because I'm trying to I forgot to redact an email address, and now I understand why I forgot to redact it, because it's not it's being finicky with like the redact thing. Redact tool. Okay, there we go. So I'm sitting here fighting with it, and I'm like, yeah, grab
But do you understand what I'm trying to say? Did she just go, thank you?
Nope. She said I tootsed. Because she did. She walked over here, grabbed my phone, tootsed, and then goes, I tootsed. Oh, how do the children say the damnedest things,
Brilliant. Awesome.
Oh my God.
Fantastic. Hi, Doc. But no, seriously, there's something that I don't know what it is, but there's something about this case that's not. I don't know.
Something's hinky.
Yeah. And I don't usually say that quite often.
Okay, so with ChatGPT, I probably could say, hey, can you redact this? But the odds of it redacting something that I actually need to see are pretty high. Like, I don't trust ChatGPT for a lot of things. Some things like, hey, find me 5 articles related to core strength and level of overall independence and home safety. I trust it to search and give me the links, and I can click. It saves me time of searching for articles. And as long as you ask for the links so you can check them. But telling it to redact something for me, I don't think I trust it. No, I sometimes have it analyzed. I sometimes have it like long documents, and I say, like, analyze this, like check for, and I'll say a topic, and I'll have it like word search for me, like find. So in some documents, I'll say find, like, can't remember the last one I did, where I was like, I think I did it on a Bubbles document where I was like, find the word YouTube content. And how many times is the word YouTube content mentioned? Something like that. That's different. But, you know. Or does this document have anything to do with the topic I am talking about? And then it's like, then I know to skim it, or I know I need to read it fully. Or does this document look like it was written by AI? Or does this document look like it was written by a pro se defendant? Or give me the tone of this document. I trust it for that. Does this document look like the person was pissed off when they wrote it?
Or this document was not created or written by anyone on the anti what the hell? There you go.
Kind of like, hey, when you look at a document and you're like, something seems off with this, I will run it through AI and say, analyze this document for the style of writing. Like, and I'll compare a document that was written by somebody I know it was written by, and then I'll compare it to this, and I'll be like, does this look like it was written by the same person? I trust it to do that. I don't trust it to go back and like look for certain things. It's very like finicky with what I trust it with. I'm very picky with what I like trust it with. You know, it's a very touch and go. You know, you can't rely on AI for shit. You just can't. Organizing thoughts, like putting in my handwritten notes. Like, I will handwrite on my iPad into the Notes app, upload the Notes app into ChatGPT, and say, organize this into something that makes sense. That'll work. But other than that, no. Yeah, searching for word searching. Yep. Ask my parents. Hey, Dad, come here for a second.
Wait a minute. Were they trying to change? Oh,
when I was a kid, what was the word that I asked you all the time when you told me to do something? Why? Did I ask you why all the time?
Well, not all the time, but enough to piss me off.
Can you hear that? Y'all heard that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that somebody, Jeannie Newman commented, that's why I like you. I grew up asking why. Some people don't care why, and they have no clue. I was like, I'm pretty sure both my parents regret teaching me the word why, and technically.
But I got back at you.
Why?
Because there were some instances.
How was the question?
There were some instances where I actually gave you an explanation.
Shit.
So you kept on asking why, and I kept on going. And I wasn't going to give in until you gave in. You finally gave in.
Okay.
No, not come on.
Yeah.
I'm talking.
Mom's in the chat, and she said why was her word. Why and technically are the two words that I'm convinced that
Grandma.
Well, Papa Squid and Mama Squid, she still hasn't stopped using the word why.
I just want to know why. Why?
Hello. It said hello.
I
Yeah,
just
and
found something. I'm
I
not
think that's
sure.
one of the reasons why you never listened to me when you were a teenager. Because when I would tell you how to do something, you didn't want to listen because you didn't care why. So you never asked again until you got into the Navy. Then guess what?
Why?
No, if you asked you just did. You didn't ask why.
You didn't ask why. Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be doing push-ups out in the,
Freaking
on
rain.
the street.
Pretty much. All right. I got to get back to this because.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Go on, do it, Papa Squid. Do it. Do it. Oh, you're muted.
All right. So.
Okay, come this way.
Okay.
I just found something. I'm going to send it to you.
Okay. Both my husbands said I didn't like when I said why. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mr. Squid doesn't like when I say why. Because I say something and I'm like, I'm not trying to be argumentative. It's purely curiosity. Like he got rid of his desk, as most of y'all know. He got rid of his desk and his gaming computer, like 2 or 3 months ago.
Why?
Asks me over the weekend, can I get a PlayStation?
Why?
Why?
I mean, that's a justification to actually say why.
Yeah,
why would you get
of
rid
course.
of your desk, and why would you get rid of a freaking computer where you could actually use it as a work system, a workstation, and put LCAS on it? Computer.
Yeah, that was you sent me a thing for the settlement. That was the first lawsuit. That was the first lawsuit that Parker settled. However, that there's multiple lawsuits.
Yeah, I'm just catching up. That's what I'm doing. All I'm doing is catching up and just making sure I've got on the right trail.
So
because remember, you dragged me into this, so
I do. So the introduction, non-party Mandy Matney buying through undersigned counsel. This is her motion to quash the subpoena to do a deposition. And I need to make sure that I'm not in redact anymore so that when I highlight something, I don't redact it. Quash the amended subpoenas that defendants caused to be served on Ms. Matney October 20th and November 5th, 2025. In this matter, on the grounds that it may require Ms. Matney to reveal privileged or protected information, not to subject a waiver and imposes undue burden on non-party Ms. Matney. So she's claiming journalist privilege. Like, journalist privilege. So she's a journalist. So we went over who she was last time. But she did True Sunlight, the Murdaugh Murders podcast. So that has been adopted for a television series. Yeah.
Squid, just a quick question of interest. Didn't we not cover this last time?
No.
Okay.
I didn't have a channel when he had his original trial. And I did watch the trial on Nick Recada's channel. And I heard about some of this, but I didn't have a channel. So it was like I watched other people cover it, but never actually looked into it myself because didn't have a channel, didn't have time, didn't care.
Right.
So I'm going to go close my door because I hear laughing and screaming, which is fine. They're having fun, but I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Next thing you just hear the fucking DeWalt drill. No one's coming in this office while I'm live for years. I think this whole case is going to be
didn't work.
You got something in your hand. There you go.
I know, but usually it doesn't.
There you go.
She is. Grandpa.
This is going to be an interesting one because, like I said, I'm getting a feeling that we're going to find a hole that even you won't want to go down.
Well, and here's the issue. I looked at this as a, hey, this might be what happens when a reporter gets too close to a case. Hence, as an example of, hey, why I haven't gotten too close to the,
Yeah.
But I have kind of a problem with people who do on both sides. I'm like, it turns me like sour grapes when I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that. It's like, hey, if you like Turtle Boy and Karen Reed, like for better or for worse, he did some good work, but got himself into a whole boatload of trouble at the same time. And yes, do I think he did anything wrong? Legally, no. However, he's going through a shit ton of lawsuits right now, possibly because he got too involved and personally involved in a case instead of just reporting on it, investigating it, and airing what he had on the internet. He started contacting people and in my opinion, got too close. If you like Turtle Boy, if you don't like Turtle Boy, that's not my...
I don't even know who you're talking about. So
but,
I mean, like with me, when I do research and I find stuff, I always look at it and then go, is this for public eye or, this is why I always say people need to do their own research, because there's stuff out there you don't want to put on platform.
Yeah, but I equivalent like Turtle Boy. Like his reporting is just not my style of reporting. People love him, people hate him. He is one of those people, like, I have no opinion.
Yeah.
Which is why I bring him up, because he is one of those people that brings up strong opinions on either side. And it's just like, I looked at this headline of her being sanctioned for $176,000 and being like, that's a lot of money. Let's look at this. Is this a case where somebody got a little bit too close, overstepped the reporter boundaries into becoming a witness, and got themselves into illegal hot water? And then I fell down this fucking rabbit hole because I realized that it wasn't just any case. It was murder. And it was like, oh, now I dug myself in a hole and I need to keep digging to get answers because now I'm confused. So,
I mean, just to point out to people, over the last few years, a lady called Judith Miller, a gentleman over here in the UK called William Goodwin, another lady over in the States called Catherine Herrish, and basically were held in contempt. The one over here was in 1990. They were all held in contempt because they did not give information of where they received the information from. So obviously they did not give away or give out the information of their confidential informant, and they were held in contempt and were put in prison. Just to give people a sort of like an insight about, because this is where this is going. I mean, 85 days that woman Miller got in 2005. In 2024, Harridge was held in civil contempt and fined in 2024 for refusing to disclose a source regarding the federal investigation.
So if you look at this, so on October 20th, 2025, Ms. Matney, through counsel, accepted service while reserving her right to move to quash or object to the subpoena. Subpoena requested that Ms. Matney appear for a deposition and also produce documents responsive to 6 broad topics, each of which attempts to determine the extent to which Ms. Matney and her colleagues discussed, exchanged information about, or received compensation related to the alleged leak of images of boat crash victim Mallory Beach.
There it is.
Specifically, defendants appeared to be interested in probing Ms. Matney's communications with or work for plaintiff Mark Tinsley related to images of Ms. Beach. Ms. Matney objected to the documents requested on November 3rd. November 5th, she responded and objected to the subpoena initial draft of this motion. Defendant served an amended subpoena and seeks 3 categories of documents, 2 that the earlier subpoena did not request, and eliminating most of the others. So she claims, and this is where I get really this is where communication with lawyers involved in a case gives me the ick. Because this is why I don't ever want to communicate with a lawyer involved in a case. I have communication with my own lawyers, and I have sent things to somebody's lawyer that when they involved me and when they mentioned the name of somebody else, for example, the emails that were sent to me that basically said what this person was going to do and when this person was going to add me to what lawsuit this person was going to add me to, I felt it relevant to tell the person that this person has a lawsuit or wants to have a lawsuit against and did have a lawsuit against, that she's going to file a countersuit against them because said she was going to add me to it. I thought it prudent to let that person know that, hey, she not only said she's going to countersue you, she's going to add me to it. So I forwarded all the emails to that lawyer. But that's the only time that I've ever emailed any of the lawyers directly, when somebody else tried to force my hand, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. If you don't know, yeah, watch some of my previous streams. You'll figure it out. So,
hey, can I just a quick one before you carry on?
Yeah.
I find it very interesting that Tyler's name. Right, okay, right. So they're both then responsible for receiving confidential information, right?
Not necessarily.
Well, the way it says there, right, of to which the subpoena request eliminated the request, a copy of the documents, Mr. Tinsley, communication with Mr. Tinsley and others about the mock jury and the focus group exercise to Mr. conducting the.
Would you like to actually read that out loud? Because I haven't read that.
What bit?
The part that you're reading, because I never actually read that to the class.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Right. Right. You want me to read it out?
Well, you were reading it out loud anyway.
Okay. Right. Right. Just before we carry on, Tammy, stop messing around with Heidel. Sit down and stop messing about. Thank you. Right. And you, Harry, sit down at the back of the class. Don't make me send you to headmaster. Anyway. Right. Okay. Where am I starting from?
Wherever you were reading that you found interesting.
Okay, well, on November the 5th, 2025, after Miss Matney had already responded and objected to the subpoena and drafted an initial draft of the motion, defendants served an amended subpoena, ducus decum, the amended subpoena that seeks 3 categories of documents, 2 of which the early subpoena did not request. He eliminating most of the other requests. A copy of the amended subpoena is attached as Exhibit 3. Specifically, the amended subpoena seeks only 2 categories of documents. And this is where it gets interesting. Pay attention, boys and girls. Communications with Mr. Tinsley and others, underline others, about any mock jury or focus group exercises Mr. Tinsley's conduct in a wrongful death case. And 2, any payments Miss Matney received related to such focus groups. Miss Matney had no involvement in Mr. Tinsley's mock jury or focus group exercises and thus has no responsive documents. Miss Matney was required to respond and object to this second set of document requests, which defendant did not tell her was forthcoming before the objection originally subpoenaed. Now, what I find quite interesting is, in this whole block here, is mock case documentation. It's the fact that, like, who's Mr. Tinsley? Let's identify him. Who is he?
He's the lawyer for the Beach family.
Right. So, okay, so we've identified him. He is the lawyer of the Beach family, yeah?
Yep.
Right. She is a journalist. What is her connection with Mr. Tinsley?
That's where it's like, that's where things start to get hinky, because it's like, if you don't want anybody to go, what is your relationship? Don't appear to have a relationship, or make it very clear that there is a line drawn that you do not have a relationship, professional or otherwise. When I say relationship, I mean any sort of friendship, professional, whatever, working with.
So what? Right. Let me put it to you. What is said in that paragraph there is extremely telling. First of all, there is no personal relationship, but it's a professional relationship. She is there as a journalist, whatever. Second of all, they were doing a mock trial. All right. So that means Mr. Tinsley must have had documentation that he should have not, and I repeat, not had been sharing with outside sources, i.e. her and other people. Okay. So therefore, right, and as she is in brackets, a journalist, what do journalists do if they see something that is very important and it's like it's got money signs all over it?
They share it.
They share it, or they steal it and share it and say, hey, look what I found. This is where we begin to go down that fucking hole. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hi, Coop. How you doing, bud?
Coop.
So I do you know when I said to you, I've got a really funny feeling?
Yeah, this is one of the reasons that we're like, that shit wasn't adding up. And like, I kind of want to drive down to Tinsley's office and ask him, but I don't. I'm not going to. But I kind of want to just.
Right, this here, that paragraph there, right there, Squid, is basic. This is where we now need to dissect each paragraph at a time. We need to make sure, look, they meant no, don't scroll down. Don't scroll up. Oh, sorry. Oh, God. Nope, go back down. Go back down to, right.
Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Okay, so we'll look, right. Okay, it's where it gets me is this part here. Communications with Mr. Tinsley and others, underline others, about any mock jury or focus group. That means there was a group of people who probably didn't know each other reenacting a future upcoming case or present or past stuff. So this is where there's a possibility. This is where a sticky-fingered young woman got her sticky fingers on pictures or documents.
Hey, Bad Desert, how are you?
You know,
good to see you.
Your Honor, I rest my case.
Yeah, it's just she moves to quash. Defendants are unduly burdening Miss Matney by refusing to coordinate deposition on a date that works for her schedule. There's just a bunch of stuff in here that doesn't add up. It just does not add up. I mean, I'm not taking sides, but you know when you read stuff and shit just doesn't add up, something's fucking hinky.
I think what it is, it's basically try to bury it as much as you can and then find a fall guy.
Defendants.
That's what I think.
She says defendants are likely seeking privileged information. She's trying to hide behind the South Carolina's code of privilege, reporter's privilege. Such topics would fall within reporter's privilege codified in South Carolina Code 11.
Wait. Go back up. Question about her sources or information you see, it's the wording, right? Defendants will ask Miss Matney questions about her sources or information she gathered in connection with her reporting related to the boat. Fucking it's right fucking there.
And I don't think, and knowing knowing how this is written, I don't think her lawyer is worth a damn dime that she's paying her.
I could write better than that.
It's not that it's written poorly. It's like it's easy to read stuff like that. But like, when you just it's like saying, I know something you don't know. You know that there's something there, and they're telling you there's something there.
Okay, let's do this like the Minority Report. Let's do this like the Minority Report. Okay, close your eyes. Just close your eyes for a second. Just work with me on this. Everybody, just work with me on this. Right, you're looking at a screen right in front of you. The screen is empty. Right now, you take Tinsley doing a mock trial, right, and you just put a group of people there. Then you've got an arrow, a line going across into the center. You got Miss whatever Matney or whatever her name is. Then above, okay, in a big circle, you got the accident, and then you got all the different arrows going to different communications like accidents, the court reports and shit like that. Right. So there was no communication between her and the other side. So all the information came from that mock trial or from that group.
I'm sorry to derail you, but Bad Dazzer, good timing to come into Squid saying up, down, up, down. Bad Dazzer is like is and I'm Bad Dazzer, don't take offense to this, but Snipe with the timing of the jokes and just you don't want to acknowledge it, but you can't help it because it's right there. And your face does it all. And if I make a face and I don't acknowledge it, someone's gonna screenshot it and it's gonna become their new picture. Bad Dazzer is that kind of person, and that is like here. If your fingers are sticky, lick them.
If I could go back and be born in the States, and to investigate this, all you need is all sides, all documentation, and then I personally think she took advantage of that situation about the mock trials and everything else, and I personally think
you can say everything you need to know about Dazzer right from this comment from Snipe Hunter.
Humbug.
Yes, Snipe and Bad D do this everywhere. Yes, they do. Yes, this is not unique to my chat. This is everywhere where they are together. They, All right. She's trying to, but she says, I know something you don't know, and then hides behind journalist privilege.
I personally think she is 100% responsible for either stealing it or she was given it by Tinsley, who told her, do not fucking disseminate this publicly, but she did.
Never tell a reporter. And that's one of the other reasons that I don't ever, please no one ever call me a reporter, even an investigative reporter. Do not ever do that. I'm just a curious commentator.
Fucking Buffett, all man. Thanks for taking the heat off me. No, but do you see where I'm going with this?
Mm-hmm.
I fucking told you I had a gut feeling there was something going to happen. I knew that because it's not. Nothing is adding up except this document here. This document here, right, tells you everything, but you need to read what is put in there.
And this right here is what connected me when I was making connections, and why I fell down this rabbit hole of it being not only Murdaugh adjacent, but why it had similarities with the Hales case. And Coop, if you're still here, I kind of want your opinion on this, because you've followed the Hales case way closer than anybody else I know. Miss Matney has reason to believe that defendants are using the amended subpoena to harass or intimidate her. Does that sound freaking familiar? I want your information, or I want to subpoena you, or I want to give you a deposition because I want answers about my case. Oh, you're harassing me. The fuck? I am all about the little guy versus the little guy versus the corporation, but at the same time,
I mean, this document is very telling. It is extremely telling.
The brain just buffered. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's all right. Don't worry about it. We need to get you a buffer. No, like everything so far that I've read in this document is telling me this is where she got that information from. This is where she got those pictures from exactly from this Tinsley side. I told you it was either the court or it was either one of the other side's counsel. And now I've seen this, I'm more leaning towards she went there to just do whatever. She saw information and she went, "Oh, I can make a buck out of this." She either took advantage of it or they're both together in bed. They're both in bed together. Not physically, but
yeah, I know. I know what you meant. It's sad that you have to. It's sad that nowadays you have to explain that.
Yeah, I know.
So, oh my goodness.
I mean, like any investigator worth their salt, if they went through these documents and read this, any investigator with any salt would have caught on to that instantly. So why is this happening?
Well, that's one of the reasons that the judge ultimately, we read it last week, so it's not a secret, signed that 22-page order for her to do a deposition. Because
so why does it take two people like us in two different countries to see what's happened when they should have already found this?
Well, and that's a question for the chat. Like, if you knew nothing else about this, would you think Mandy should have to testify based on what you've seen? Or deposition, not so much testify, but, you know.
I mean, she needs to be held accountable for using privileged information.
Well, and here's the Parker's response. So replace with...
And thus, therefore, she should be held, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So this is Parker's response to her motion to quash. So, so this is their response in opposition to the motion to reconsider filed by Mandy Matney on February 16th. So this has progressed. She filed a motion to quash. They filed a motion in response to the motion to quash. She filed a motion judge ordered her. She filed a motion to reconsider. The judge said no. This was their response to her motion to reconsider, where the judge ultimately said no. It's complicated. And this is another thing where it's like people are making this shit way harder than it needs to be. If you have nothing to hide, and if you don't want to give up your sources in the deposition, just say, I'm not willing to give up my sources. Don't evade the subpoenaed deposition. Just don't answer the questions. You can we've seen people be bitches in depositions and talk to their lawyers and say, I'm not willing to answer that question. I'm not going to answer that question.
Even though you can be held in contempt, you have the right to remain silent, which comes under your Fifth Amendment. So like a lot of courts, from what I've heard over the last years, a lot of courts understand why people will not give out information about their CIs for certain reasons.
Yes, and Jeffrey, you're missing the point, though. As long as she got the information illegally, she should be able to protect her source. I get that, but evading a subpoena for a deposition that you've been court ordered, when you did your motion to quash and the judge said too fucking bad, you're sitting for this deposition. That doesn't mean you get to evade the deposition, which is what she did. She just didn't show up for it.
Yep.
That you can go to the deposition and not answer questions.
Yep.
That is completely different than not showing up. Yep. Not showing up is a shitty fucking move. Not showing up is illegal. You can go and say, I'm not answering that question, journalistic privilege. I'm not answering that question, journalistic privilege. You can bring your lawyer with you and have your lawyer say, do not answer that, do not answer that, do not answer that. That is completely different and still maintains your confidential sources. You cannot just ignore the court's orders, and that's the whole fucking point.
And
So
also
I understand what you're saying, but you're missing my point. Not showing up for a damn deposition that you've been court ordered to is not fucking possible. It's not fucking right. And this is part of why it crosses over with the Hales content, because you see people ignoring court fucking orders because they don't want to. That's not your fucking choice. You don't get a fucking choice. When the court tells you to jump, you ask how motherfucking high.
Mm-hmm. And also, you can go to a
you did miss my point, because I said you can go and not answer questions, but not going is not an option. Mm-hmm. And you just said, but she should be able to protect your sources. I just fucking said that.
Mommy, I want up.
Not showing up is disrespectful.
No, hey, don't drag me into this, Jeffrey. In fact, I can. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to ignore that comment. At the end of the day, right? If you get subpoenaed to go to deposition, right, over in the States, from what I understand, okay, you can go to that deposition as long as you are professional, courteous, right? You can refuse to answer the questions by
that's what he said. He said the same thing I did, Jeffrey. You can refuse to answer the questions, but not going is not an option.
Mm-mm.
But you can be held in contempt for not asking. That is an option by the judge too. I'm not saying that the judge is right with that, but that is an option by the judge. That is an option that the judge would do, and she could probably fight it, which she'd probably win. However, that's not an option that the judge gets to. That's not going is not an option. Hold on, baby.
Just to point out, just to give you an idea, right? Judith Miller in the US spent 85 days in jail in 2005 for refusing to name her source in a CIA leak case involving Valeria Plame, right? And there's other cases from 2 years ago, right? When you get like this, when you go to a deposition, you have, under the United States Constitution, the right to refuse to comment, which is your Fifth Amendment.
Jeffrey, he said, he did talk about someone in the UK. He never said it was the right thing to do. He just said it happened. There's a different, you need to work on your comprehension today, because there's a difference between what is said and what he agreed with. Like, just because you say something doesn't mean you agree with what happened. He said in the UK this happened.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean he agreed with it. There's a difference. So you entirely missed the point, or you weren't paying attention when he said, just because this happened, you have the right to not answer. So I have to go do privilege. So I have to go do mama duties. Be back.
Yeah. I mean, like everyone knows, if you get subpoenaed for a deposition, I mean, and Squid is right. This crossover to the what the hell's thing, right? We have witnessed two depositions, well, multiple depositions, but two depositions from the same person who has been hostile. At the end of the day, you have. I mean, I'm not even American and live there, and I know that you have the right to refuse to comment under your Fifth Amendment. You can remain silent, right? I mean, would it benefit you in the long run? Probably not. But at the end of the day, not turning up to it because you don't want to, no, sorry. You're just being anal. Like you have your lawyer, you have the Constitution, you've got so much stuff that you can fall back on, and it's as simple as that. What I was saying is that I put, and I'll give you the question. I put a question in which says, how many times have journalists got in trouble for not pointing out their confidential informants when in courts? And what I gave you, right, notable jail and contempt cases. And this document, or the document previous to this one, points out exactly me personally. This is my personal insight. I personally think I know where all this confidential information and the pictures came from. And for her to refuse to go to subpoenaed to go to a deposition, considering that you've got your fucking your amendments to protect you, right? You've got a lawyer that can protect you, and even sit in a deposition, say, "Don't," like Squid said, "Don't answer it." At the end of the day, you've got that. To refuse only puts you in a deeper water, which has happened here. Yes.
Yeah, the not going thing was not a good idea.
I mean, there's a reason depositions. With a deposition, you can use it to your advantage, or it can be a disadvantage if you didn't turn up. That's what I think. I mean, like, I'm not in the States, so if I got sent into a deposition, right, and I had to answer questions, like, I mean, I know for a fact that you can say, "Oh, I can't answer that due to possible what do you call it? Oh, there's a word for it. God, what's that word for it? I can't answer that question due to possible self-incrimination."
So guess what?
What?
So you want to know what I just got sent? Trial notes. Trial notes of our recently state-sanctioned unaliving person.
Oh, the one that got taken to Mega City 1 and got terminated.
Yep. I have the summary of investigation trial notes, or trial case notes. Oh, I might invite Mo on that stream because she covered the story on her mornings with Mo this morning, and not realizing that was the same person that we
that would be really nice to get my teeth into.
We're not beating a dead horse, so we
yeah, that would be nice to get my teeth into.
All right, so this is the response to their opposition to the motion to reconsider filed by Mandy Matney. Things get really interesting in here because this is and I am going to make a Padlet. I was going to do it during this stream, but didn't get it set up in time. It's that having the trial notes, I have the appeal document, the actual court document. So but that's going to be a Rumble only stream, considering the subject matter and the words that may come out of my mouth when I discuss this human filth that identified as a person.
I wouldn't even call it human.
Well,
My daddy instincts kicked in there for a second.
Yeah. All right.
Let's carry on with this.
So this is the most interesting document, I think. There's a reference towards the bottom regarding 3 other young girls, women as well, that provided state. There's that. Okay. So.
Oh, me. I want to see it.
Oh.
Is that the one? Wait a minute. Is that the one? Hang on a minute. Is that the one with 0121? Jeff, Belusha, is that the one? Is that the?
That's the one of the picture you showed me at the beginning of the.
No, I got that from the wide webs, interwebs.
No, but that's the same person. That's the person's trial.
Yeah. No, hang on a minute. 1 second. Let me respond to this.
All right. So my child found the power button on her karaoke machine.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Roger.
Well, Volusia 1 was was just a young buck back then, but
A young buck.
was part of the people who investigated that stuff.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he has more knowledge than anybody else that I know of, streamer or not. So yeah, there's that. I didn't want to, yeah. Oh, that's and Volusia, we'll have to talk about what you've told me that I can and can't say, because I don't want to say too much. So
Hi, DeVince Moore.
hello.
Yeah, I'm definitely, yeah. Oh God,
Yeah. All right. So they think this should be denied, obviously. The court fully considered and ruled that Ms. Matney, pursuant to blanket protection under qualified privilege, prevents her from being deposed. Ms. Matney improperly... So the court fully considered and ruled that Ms. Matney's pursuit of blanket protection under qualified privilege prevents her from being deposed. Ms. Matney improperly shifts the initial burden because she cannot establish qualified privilege applies to her. She argues that initial burden is on Parker's defendants to establish the clear and convincing standard under South Carolina Code, Section 1911-100. And so, in doing so, Ms. Matney inverts the threshold question and misconstrues the law. Whew. When reporter's privilege is invoked, there's a threshold question whether a person who claims to be a journalist...
This is gonna be funny. I can see it already.
Just the way that's worded.
Yeah.
The saltiness in which they are writing this.
It's just like you can hear that.
I can hear the I hate you and I do not want to have to be writing this and it's a waste of my time, effort, and money. But here we are.
Yeah.
Whether a person who claims to be a journalist is really a journalist for the purpose of asserting the reporter's privilege. See Clay Calvert and you call yourself a journalist, wrestling with a definition of journalist in the law. And this also goes to people on the internet who randomly call themselves journalists. Like, I'm surprised he's not here. You know?
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
It's just like Skeletor, aka hello, you guys.
There you go. Noting that the threshold question of whether a person who claims to be a journalist really is a journalist for the purpose of asserting reporter's privilege is seldom explored by courts. And that's why one of the reasons, like, I don't consider myself a journalist, because I know back when, what's his name? Slug was getting his journalism degree. He had a really hard time, and I'm not putting words in his mouth, but he had a really hard time with what people claim online to be independent journalism, what really is journalism. He had a very difficult time actually.
I can remember him saying that.
And
he also said that, like, there's multiple different levels of journalistic input, such as, like me, I do a lot of research, so therefore there's different terminologies that you can use, but it's still every single person is in brackets a journalist. It's just there are different levels of journalism. To become a proper journalist, you need to have a bachelor's degree. You need to go through, loads of courses to get it. So
I'm just a commentator. I'm just a curious commentator who asks questions.
Yes. Carry on talking. I'm going to...
So, a threshold question is whether a respondent qualifies as a journalist for the purposes of a First Amendment journalist privilege. Ms. Matney has not met the threshold of whether the qualified privilege under South Carolina Code, Section 19-11/100, even applies to her. Well, I mean, and see, this is very interesting because she worked for Fitz News. So she worked for an online reporting, or I don't know if it's a magazine or if it's just a website. But it brings up very interesting questions of what is a journalist, and just because you've published something, does that make you a journalist? And it's not a question that I'm qualified to answer, because I don't know if there is a right answer. But I did hear somebody claiming that just because you're published on a website doesn't mean that you're a journalist, as it regards to Megan. Is that what Parker's, and I'm not saying that that person is right, I'm just stating that that's what I heard that person say. Is that what Parker's is trying to claim with Mandy Matney? That just because you're published on a website by a supposed media company doesn't make you a journalist. It's a weird conundrum. I don't watch anybody's videos. I barely have time to watch my own videos. I barely have time to watch the shit I want to watch. My house at night when I get home is burnt peanut. When I wake up in the morning, I watch Mowing the Deep End, then I do errands, and I'm at the gym and I run errands and I'm cleaning my house, or I'm doing my own work. Then I stream. Then I get off stream and I cook dinner and I go to work. I get home and it's burnt peanut. Ergo my day. Burnt peanut, sports, and Mowing the Deep End. All on my YouTube days. And every once in a while, like Hope Scope. Because I like shopping.
May I just point something out, please,
yes.
if you don't mind? Right. There are multiple different types of journalism. For example, for us, right, it's called open source intelligence journalism, right, where it goes about social media posts, public videos, satellite imagery, business records, and stuff like that. However, then you've got citizen journalism, and members of the public reporting on events themselves, live streams, community reporting, local investigations, public accountability channels. Then you've got media criticism. Then you've got also analyst, investigative journalism for creators on YouTube, for example. You've got investigative journalism, accountability journalism, fact-checking, analysis journalism, OSINT, research and commentary. That's basically, that's where we come under. We come under the OSINT, which is open source intelligence journalism.
I still don't, and we'll never
I'll never get a bachelor's degree if I wanted to. Sorry.
You're too old. I'm kidding.
Wait, what? Oh.
I didn't say a word.
No, sure you didn't. No. I can already see gray hair. Anyway,
That's why I dye my hair. Even my roots aren't natural.
I like the fact that, like, here's the thing. Right?
Y'all think that my hair is just blonde grown out? No, like my root shadow is purposely dyed that color. I purposely get a root shadow every time so that I don't have to spend as much money and I don't get this black chunk of hair. But even my root shadow is not my natural color. Thank you very much. So not even my roots are my natural color.
Yeah. And by the way, after the stream, you and I need to talk.
Uh-oh.
No, it's a good thing. In regard to this thing, I mean, if I can remember from the first document that you threw me into, wasn't she part of one or two companies, podcast things and stuff like that?
Yeah. Murdom.
Right, so therefore she would probably come under, hang on a minute. But she couldn't be a citizen yeah, she there's nothing. Well, I would say it's more of like citizen journalism to media. I think her title would be media criticism. So comparing reports, yeah.
So she said, they say Miss Matney improperly seeks a blanket protection for which there is no authority and support. You can't hide behind journalist privilege and not answer any questions or act like you can never be held accountable for actions.
Everyone's accountable for their actions.
Well, that's what I feel like a lot of people do is they hide behind some sort of immunity, privilege,
or label,
mental health or otherwise, and then you can't hold me accountable for my shitty behavior because I have this, or I am this, or I invoke this, and it's like nobody's.
And the thing
Can
is,
we bring back Gen X where nobody's privileged, nobody cares? Your parents had to be reminded that they even had you. No one gives a shit. You can identify as a fucking child, nobody cares.
Yeah. The problem is when you act like a child online and then get treated like a child because obviously the person responding is treating you like a child, you can't play the victim or use labels. And this document here is telling me, you know, she's been caught with her hand in a cookie jar and she's trying to avoid punishment, so to speak. I mean, if you want to put it that way, I would say she's you know, she got caught with her hand in a cookie jar, right? And she's trying to avoid by using this journalistic protection stuff, right? Knowing full well that she was probably the one who took that information. And that's the way I'm looking at it now, because like it's that first page, that one where we went through the mock trials and shit.
Yeah. Well, and it says Miss Matney has not shown the deposition would cause undue burden or that protection is needed from any alleged harassment. Contrary to her assertions, Miss Matney has not shown sitting for a deposition would cause an undue burden or that protection is necessary from alleged harassment. A type of burden on her employment or anxiety that she alleges is not any different from the ordinary burden every deponent faces.
Hi, JK. No, JK Buck. I was just saying hello, JK.
JKD Buck. Oh, yes. Check out my channel, Evidence Through Motion. We are up to like 647, and we're doing an Ask Me Anything tomorrow at like 11:30.
Wait, you what?
I'm doing an Ask Me Anything on that channel tomorrow at 11:30. We are just going to have a conversation because I have thoughts and want to hear what you guys have to.
You mean 467?
Yeah, so I said 467.
Oh, right. I thought you said 660.
No, 467. Right. If I said anything else, I.
Come on, 33 more. Come on, guys.
It's like basically Parker says you're not different from any other deponent. Yeah, it's anxiety inducing sitting for a deposition, but that is not
brain fart. I've just had a brain fart. Brain fart incoming. Yes. Right. Okay, work with me on this one. Just hold on tight. Just hold on very tight and work with me on this one. At the beginning of this document, okay, Tyler, the deposition, I can hear that crunch, right? The Tyler, they went to a mock trial, shit like that. Hypothetically speaking, let's just think outside the box. She went there, she was invited, whatever, right? And she came across the documents, the privileged documents and everything else, and she either copied them or took pictures or took photos or whatever, okay? She's now trying to protect herself, saying that she's the journalist, but what she's actually doing is protecting herself from outing herself from taking the documents herself in the first place. God, did I just confuse the shit out of myself there on that one, or did that make sense? Did that make sense?
Sort of.
Think about it. If you, Squid, right, say you're working, right?
Yeah.
You're at work, right? And someone at work says, "Oh, come and have a look at this privileged information," right? And you go, "All right," and they walk off to go and talk to someone else, and then you get your little mobile phone out and you go, click, 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 right? And then put your mobile phone away. Don't say anything. And then suddenly you go to your media side of it, publish, and make trailers out of that information. And then when you get caught with your knickers down, pardon my expression, I mean, when you get caught with your hand in a cookie pot, right, you're then making out that you have privileged protection because you're a journalist, because you're making out that you've got a confidential informant. However, it turns out that the confidential informant is you.
Maybe, but we're not even there yet. So,
oh, okay.
I jumped ahead again. You're jumping ahead by like 2 streams. Remember,
I'm sorry. It's the way my brain works. I'm sorry. I'll go away.
I like to work in a line. You lily pad. You're like here. I like to go from. It's the only way my ADHD type brain can keep information straight.
I'm sorry. I'll go in the corner.
Right, but look at what they say. Look at what she did. How disrespectful to the fucking court. And this might be why the judge was so bitchy. You know, because the judge seemed a little off-put by Mandy Matney's attorney and her actions in that 22-page order that we read. So, further, Miss Matney's public postings about this issue not only undermine her allegations of undue burden, but also demonstrate her disrespect to this court by referring to Judge Kelly as R. Kelly in an apparent attempt to equate Judge Kelly to a convicted felon and former singer-songwriter who's currently serving a 31-year prison sentence for federal racketeering, trafficking, and child porn, as seen in the images below. Do you think that the judge seeing that was just a little bit on the bitchy side?
That there's a direct dig. That's a direct dig.
What would you do if someone called you R. Kelly? I'd be pissed if someone publicly, with a following. But so her thing was, I'm still trying to process the fact that a South Carolina judge named R. Kelly decided that gas station billionaire Greg Parker's lawyers, who posted my number and info online and leaked text to a felon, still have the right to depose me. Go that way, please.
No, I want to. Hey, back. It's a bad today.
I'll be right back.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Heather's analytical brain looks beyond the words. That's a good. I try. I try. I'm not always good at it, but I'm not always good at it because a lot of the times, I don't get the chance to deep dive into all the documents before I read them to you because I don't have time to do basically 2 streams. So I set up the stream, set up what I want to talk about, and then I can skim the documents, but I don't get to read them word for word all the time because I don't have the time. So I will sometimes put them in Speechify and have Speechify read them to me. But, that's when I'm like doing dishes or working. And I don't always comprehend everything that I read or hear until I'm like suddenly looking at it and I'm like, wow, what the actual just happened here? I don't know. But let's say I absolutely hate Parker's lawyers. And I can't say that I'm a fan of big business. And I can't say that I'm a fan of lawyers in general. But gas station billionaire Greg Parker's lawyers who posted my number and info and leaked my text to a felon still have the right to depose me. This part in the middle has nothing to do with the right to or not to depose you. That whatever they did or didn't do, because I don't know, you could be lying. I have no idea. You do not have that does not give them, that does not, the math ain't mathin'. But then again, this is the same system that's seriously considering giving Alex Murdaugh another trial.
I has returned it.
That gave Alex Murdaugh another trial. Update. We must keep the good fight. Keep fighting the good fight. The good old boys will not win. She sounds like a fucking uber feminist. She sounds like a super feminist. And I just can't. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Depositions are crazy lawyers. Depositions are crazy. Lawyers like, I'm going to force you in a room with me and make you answer irrelevant. Well, guess what? Welcome to putting yourself in the middle of a lawsuit. Welcome to making it appear, even if you didn't have connections with a lawyer, the appearance of impropriety, like, I don't know, having lunch with a group of people that include that lawyer as a celebratory, I didn't go to my deposition.
Yeah. And look at those eyes.
Depositions are the only thing that's crazy. Yeah. Her posts referring to Judge Kelly as R. Kelly continue, along with the forceful language that she is fighting back and touting favorite parts of her motion.
Mommy, I want to
Do you know, is it me, or does she sound like, with these two pictures, like, looking at these two pictures and what she's saying, she sounds like a freaking activist.
That's why I said she sounds like an uber liberal.
Oh, right. I must have missed that part. No, but
or not an uber liberal, an uber feminist, which might be the same thing. I don't know.
I don't care. People act like idiots. They get treated like idiots. Deranged, I say. Deranged. Yeah.
Miss Matney continues to highlight the alleged issue of the disclosure of her phone number, despite having her phone number publicly available through online databases for years. As soon as she raised the issue to the undersigned, the number was redacted on the public docket as a good faith gesture. Nothing improper occurred in this disclosure.
Now, that sounded like Deuce Boy. He's got his information plastered all over the bloody interwebs and then accuses people of doxing him. And, well, hang on a minute. If you've got your company email number and everything else on public domain, wait, what?
But look, the number was redacted on the public docket.
Yeah, on the public docket, yeah.
Okay, devil's advocate here, because me ever defending this consticle, even Lips is not pissed off enough or not stupid enough to bitch about her phone number being on Orange County's docket.
Yep, because this debunks, if you ask, the courts will redact it on the public docket.
Devil's fucking advocate with that one, because heaven help me, I just put Lips in a positive fucking light.
That's not that. I think you need to go and take. I think you need to go get some air. Go on, off you go.
I need to repent. Oh, this isn't my cross. I mean, it's close enough. Like,
I think you should be ashamed of yourself for 10 seconds. You just need to sit there quietly, and yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, this is fun. The level of stupidity and self-incrimination is just absolutely phenomenal. It looks like we found another Otter Creek.
That's one of the reasons I fell down this freaking rabbit hole.
Yeah, and you dragged me with you.
Because I remember hearing about the boating accident and the settlement and the sort of knowing that there was another case that came out of it, but not really hearing anything about it, to not realizing that this level of bullshit in my backyard. I live in the low country.
So we have established, ladies and gentlemen, that it's not just Otter Creek where idiots are, but also Orange County and here. And I mean, not everyone's an idiot. There's only a select small minority of people.
This is how she knows exactly what she's doing. News: we are fighting back after Judge R. Kelly.
Enjoy your meal there, Da Vinci Moore.
Yes, that's his name. She knows exactly what she's doing. She literally says, yes, that's his name. You want toast?
Yeah.
You want toast or do you want bread?
Oh, I see what she's done.
Well, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. Is she going to turn into a flea bag and attack me because I'm covering her stuff? And I don't necessarily know if I agree with her. There's an interesting hot take. Am I going to be the next up on loser podcasters?
What? Why are you picking a fight with a freaking judge? This could be held against you. I just read that, and I'm like, this is why. I mean, this is what. I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm just going to shut up. I'm just going to sit here. I tell you one thing, right? I hope this person.
So this is the thing. These lawyers shared my personal phone number on the internet. No, bitch. It was part of the public fucking docket. Welcome to being part of a lawsuit. Welcome to hiring a lawyer and filing public documents.
I like the fact that she went and plugged Lunar Shark Media.
That's her company.
Yeah, she plugged it. Why didn't she just say about my company?
They deposed Liz, that's her business partner, and spent their time asking her to share private details about their company and when she last saw her ex-husband. Why should I be subjected to further harassment and abuse from these men? Just go to the deposition, sit and say, no, I'm not going to answer that. Bring your lawyer, look at your lawyer every time you're asked a question, and have her go, no, don't answer that. No, don't answer that. It's not hard. Is it intimidating and anxiety inducing? Yeah, but welcome to being deposed. Welcome to our legal system. Yeah, it is anxiety inducing, even when you know that you are in the right. Every time you have to email a lawyer or sit down with your lawyer or talk on the phone with your lawyer, you're like, oh shit, what now?
Right. Say, for example, here, check private message. How much do you smoke your vape a day?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't answer that.
Okay, next question. Could you tell me what time it is right now? You see how easy that is, people? You see how easy that is? Just a quick question of interest, though. I like, because obviously, if you don't answer questions, okay, but like you answer other questions and then you say, I plead the fifth, does that mean that you can't answer any more questions after you state, I plead the fifth? Or is pleading the fifth on certain questions? Can you say, I plead the fifth on questions? And
I think it's questions, but that's not a me question because I've never done it. That's a lawyer question.
Right, because the thing is, if you plead the fifth, wouldn't that, if you answer anything after that, wouldn't that be self-incrimination? Because, I mean, even if pleading the fifth, right, you're still incriminating yourself because now, because you've pled the fifth and you're not answering any more questions, you are now opening yourself up for scrutinization. So it can be held against you.
Well, look at this. So she posted parts that her favorite parts of her motion. She also characterizes the court's denial of her motion to quash as bullshit.
Oh,
as evidenced by the following image.
That sounds like paint chips.
Can y'all watch this video on repeat to help me pay lawyers' fees to fight this bullshit?
Nope.
It also says her laughing demeanor undercuts any allegations. She is generally burdened by anxiety. Okay, devil's advocate, I don't necessarily agree with that because some people laugh when they get anxious.
And why
Not saying that she does.
Though?
Huh?
Why does she have a glass of wine in that picture?
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily a glass of wine. It's just a glass.
No, that's a wine glass.
Well, just because it's a wine glass doesn't mean there's wine in it.
Yeah, even the dog looks like I want to run away.
But devil's advocate, it goes to, if you've been watching the Lindsay, I don't know if her first name's Lindsay, Clancy trial, where she unalived her children and attempted to unalive herself.
Oh.
She was suffering from postpartum psychosis, allegedly, according to her lawyers. And even her ex-husband was like, that was not the woman I married. She was sick, and the healthcare system did not help her. He has the lawsuit against her doctors because she was on upteen amount of medications whose side effects can and up to include suicidal and homicidal thoughts.
So there's a cocktail of issues that need to be
addressed.
Yeah.
However, also the Maya Kowalski and her going to homecoming, just because you are smiling in one picture does not mean that you don't have said disorder. Because the prosecutors were in the Clancy case were like, she seemed fine that day. She was laughing. She was smiling. She was doing things that you wouldn't think of doing if you had this. And it was like, just because she was masking and acting normal does not mean that she didn't have issues. So, horse apiece with that one.
Yeah, but the thing is, that a lot of people always try to seek the easiest excuse.
I know. However, devil's advocate, just because someone's smiling in a picture does not mean they don't have anxiety.
Absolutely.
So
I agree with that one.
Don't mean I like her. Doesn't mean I don't like her.
No. What I mean is that the legal, like prosecutions, they like, it sounds like they're looking for the easiest excuses to point, to.
Yeah, but it's just one of those situations where I hate when people go, "You have no reason to be depressed. Look, you're smiling today." That doesn't mean a fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's because I force myself to get out of bed every damn day. However, she's been using her baseless fight to avoid deposition and promote her podcast to monetize this issue.
Okay, Volusia, thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. Bye, Daddy. I mean, Papa Squid. Bye-bye. Love you. Hugs and all that good stuff.
You sound like Musa Lady.
Don't you? I will fucking.
I said you sound like, but thank you anyway.
What with the hugs? With the hugs? With the hugs? Not the voice. Not the voice. Not the voice.
You sound very masculine.
Oh yeah.
Room, grab your wife and do what you need to do.
Don't.
Yeah.
Yesterday, someone told him to give her a hug, and she was like, "Okay, he gave me a hug. That's it." I'm surprised she didn't grab the frying pan.
Hey, Papa Squid, when you go into your house, make sure that your electric's still on because your beer will be warm.
Ooh. I left the house today.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. Didn't see me do it. Can't prove nothing. Oh, Papa Squid, yeah.
All right.
I have to go.
Yeah, and I have to finish this because I have to go to work.
Bye.
So.
Bye, Papa Squid.
All right. An All Murdaugh episode dissecting the Alex Murdaugh appeal, Buster Murdaugh settles defamation suit, and update on the Parker depositions.
Yes.
She monetized Parker depositions, aka her. It's just, it's just.
Does the word fandom come to it? Trying to make yourself famous through negative. What's the word? You're trying to make yourself famous through negative.
You're just a toxic bitch.
Okay, there you go. That's that was my next one. That was, but yeah. I'm trying to be. I haven't sworn that much today, so I just thought I was trying to be polite.
Just toxic. Like, yes, my channel is monetized, so haters will come at me in the comments of, well, you're monetizing this. That's because it's interesting to me. If I wanted to make money, I would talk about the fucking hails every day.
Also, I haven't been silenced today.
I know. I haven't infamy, notoriety. I know. I haven't gotten any super chats today. That's why. And see, this is not the time where you go, I haven't gotten any super. You don't blame and get mad at your chats, Fleabag, take fucking notes.
Yeah, it's the fact that
not every day is a cash cow, which is one of the reasons that I monetize my streams so that I get a little bit of ad revenue, even if it's only like $1 or $2.
Idle just I asked if we were doing that grift.
You did. But
hey, Gail's slacking. Where's Gail?
Yes, but not every day is going to be a cash cow super chats. And guess what? Suck it up, Buttercup, because not every day people are going to throw money at you to shut somebody up. It just doesn't happen.
It's about the community. It's about enjoying the topic.
It's just, you know. Okay, you gotta shut that off before I get copyright struck. All right. To date, Parker's defendants nor their counsel have responded to these juvenile, false, and defamatory postings.
God, Heidel, stop, please.
Don't, Heidel. It's funny, but not necessary.
No. Oh shit! You can't take these people anyway, can you? You can't.
So, the pending motion for entry of a gag order is not relevant to determination. Speaking of gag orders, mine cost $50. I can't keep a straight face.
Oh, bad dozer. Fucking hell, mate.
I
can't mute myself.
Oh my god. But the pending motion for entry of a gag order is not relevant to determination of Ms. Matney's motion to quash. Ms. Matney claims while a ruling on the motion for entry of a gag order remains pending, she cannot fully and fairly evaluate the protective actions she should take to preserve her business and livelihood until she knows parameters of any gag order the court might enter. Frankly, a gag order has no bearing on whether Ms. Matney must comply with a subpoena or sit for a deposition. Duh. And she provided zero authority that a circumstance should be considered in deciding a motion to quash or a motion for protective order. Her arguments are completely baseless. I mean, it seems legit. I mean, you know, sometimes when sometimes shit just makes sense. And sometimes things are just easy.
Do you know what I was thinking about this whole thing? Everything that we've seen so far. To me, it looks like a potential future book written by Miss Matney.
That's kind of what I thought this was going. So, just really quick, her order was basically denied. Oh, it's so the judge basically says, and it's not written like a regular order. It's South Carolina something, but so the judge's name is R. Keith Kelly. So he writes it R period Keith Kelly. So she shortened his name.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, I don't think the judge is going to take it on a personal level and say, "All right, bitch, you want to play Gatling game? Okay."
No, it's just one of those things of like, he basically says, no, none of your arguments hold water. He goes into qualified reporter's privilege, the legal standard, the fact that none of this is really relevant to why she's being deposed, and undue burden analysis. But here's the thing. Does Parker's have a legitimate argument on why they want to depose her? I think they do. Because when you have positioned yourself, remember, appearance of impropriety sometimes can be worse than actual impropriety. When people think you have a relationship with someone that you don't, it can cause more problems. Like saying you're best friends with an attorney that you're not friends with and causing that said law firm to face some ethical questions from the general public can cause a problem. Even though there's no actual problem, you're not friends, you were lying, you were trying to clout chase or whatever, the appearance of impropriety can cause actual problems for people, even though there's nothing actually there. That's why lying, making things appear like they're not, saying, I know something that you don't know, can be damaging in certain circumstances. So just because she may not have done anything wrong, it appears on the surface is that she has a relationship with certain people. And when you appear to have a relationship with certain people and those people are suing certain other people, those other people want to know what you know because it may help their case. And that's why you don't insert yourself into people's lawsuits. That is where reporters, in my eyes, why I never want to be a reporter, and when I cover something, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to know you. We are not friends. I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. I just don't want to be. I don't want the appearance as if there's some shady shit going on behind the scenes when there's not, because then my credibility gets called into question, and her credibility is being called into question by Parker's for what appears to be valid reasons. This is where it coincides with Otter Creek. On both sides, one side is constantly calling into question the other's credibility based on who they talk to and how much they talk. And it's just bizarre to me. You know, so Mandy's argument is that she has no relevant information. However, how are they going to know that unless they ask her under oath? Why should they just believe you when you've literally gone on a smear campaign against these lawyers?
And the judge.
And the judge. Wonder who would do that. Both sides. No sides are perfect. One side is obviously not as bad as the other, but one side also sits on their high horse and acts like they're better people, when in all actuality, some of them are not.
I wouldn't even call them people.
Well, just saying.
Mommy.
So today, we're final thoughts. We're going to wrap this up because we're at 2 hours, but it wasn't about deciding who was right. It's presenting more information as we dig into who knew what. And next time, we're going to look into the who knew who and who was talking to who. Because that is what I believe is central to Parker's investigation or questioning of her and wanting to depose her, is they believe that she talks to people. And if she talks to people, she might have said something or they might have said something to her that could help their case. And I still don't know how I feel about suing an entire corporation for a kid using a fake ID. I would punish the employees or go after that specific location, not the entire company. That just seems like a money grab to me. I don't like, that's like suing all of Walmart for having a problem with my local store. Yeah, if they didn't have a policy saying check IDs of anybody who looks under the age of 40, then yeah, I could see suing the whole company. But what they're asking for is that a store and an employee of a store didn't check his ID. Or if they did, they allowed him to use the ID of his older brother. That sounds like a store, a manager, and a person, one specific employee problem that you need to address, not a money grab for the company. And yeah, I'm sorry that Mallory Beach passed away, but at the same time, your daughter was contributing to her own unaliving by drinking underage as well. She was only 19 and getting in a boat with other intoxicated teenagers. At what point does her personal responsibility for her own safety come into play? There's no easy answers. And yes, we are aware that she passed away, and it is a very sad thing whenever a life is lost, especially someone so young. However, she got into a boat knowing that everybody in that boat was drinking, and she was drinking too. Where does her personal accountability for contributing to her, then that's not going to be a popular opinion, but where does the personal accountability of the fact that she got in a boat knowing that the operator was drinking? It's like getting into a car with someone that you know just walked out of a bar. Probably not the smartest decision you're ever going to make. But she did it anyway. I mean, where does personal accountability come in? Do you have any final thoughts?
I mean, you said most of what I was going to say, but the similarities to this case and the Otter Creek case is overwhelming. The level of stupidity, the way people are throwing shit around, you know, and thinking that they're clever, but every time they open their mouth, it seems to give people like us who are interested in the facts and the truth the ammunition to then, you know, scrutinize the actions and what happened here. Yes, a life was lost. Who takes responsibility? We're going to find that out. But I still, after what I've seen today, being brand spanking new to this case, I've seen stuff that technically she should be in jail for, you know, using confidential information.
We haven't got there yet.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. But anyway, I don't really have anything to say because I'm still digesting everything that we've spoke of. But it's one thing I do want to say is that everybody has the right to scrutinize anything they see or hear. And if we do it online or if we do it in person or do it in writing, we have the right to scrutinize. Anything that's on public interwebs can be scrutinized and discussed. And what you hear is our personal opinions. There you go.
And I doubt she'll ever see this, but if she does, she's probably not going to like it.
Yeah.
However,
but anywho, are you ready?
I am. However, I have us set up to redirect over to Captain Kern. He does not go live until 8:30 my time, so you got 4 hours. However, he is doing stop undercharging for 3D printing.
Nice.
The real cost explained. Go check his channel out if you haven't. He is a good friend of this channel and a good friend of mine. He always has interesting content about 3D printing and all stuff that is way over my head and that I don't understand, but it's fascinating to watch.
Can I help there a bit? He does what he does. He does 3D printing, and he also builds 3D printers. And he goes through all the technical jargon and what he uses and everything else. He is really good people. So please do go and check out Captain Kurt. He is definitely good people. You will enjoy it.
I know it's a few hours early, but go over there, give him a like, tell him I sent you, and I will see you guys over on ETM tomorrow for our Ask Me Anything, probably about 11:30 a.m. It'll be probably an hour. It won't be a long one, and it won't be at our regular time because we got a lot of 3D World stuff tomorrow. Fundraisers and open houses and orientations and all the things tomorrow.
Yeah, and you look tired anyway. So
I'm exhausted and I have to go to work as soon as Mr. Squid walks through the door.
Yeah. A young lady, you want to help me yeet?
She tired.
Okay. All right. So, oh wait, no, she's waking up. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to yeet us out of here. So, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, Habibi and Habibti.
Yeet.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, yeet.
Yeah.